In ancient Japan, there lived a young woman named Hana. She was beautiful, with long black hair, and she loved her young son, Taku, more than anything in the world. Their days were filled with joy and laughter as they played together in their peaceful village. They would sit together enjoying a meal of freshly steamed rice, pickled vegetables, and grilled fish. Taku, ever curious, would ask questions about the world: why the sky was blue, how the flowers knew when to bloom. Hana would answer with patience and warmth, delighting in her son's inquisitiveness. The bond between Hana and Taku was profound, a connection that filled their lives with meaning. Each day was a new adventure, whether it was exploring the village, tending to their small garden, or simply enjoying each other's company in the quiet moments. One day, Taku fell ill. Hana did everything she could to care for him, but despite her efforts, Taku's condition worsened. She watched helplessly as her beloved son grew weaker. Then, one fateful night, Taku passed away in his sleep. Hana was devastated. Her world, once filled with happiness, was now consumed by grief. Unable to accept her loss, Hana carried Taku's lifeless body through the village, pleading with anyone who would listen to help her bring her son back to life. She knocked on door after door, begging for a miracle, but no one could help her. In her desperation, Hana went to the village monk, known for his wisdom and kindness. With tears streaming down her face, she begged the monk to bring her son back to life. The monk looked at Hana with compassion and said, "There is a way to bring your son back, but first you must bring me a mustard seed from a household that has never known death." Hana, clinging to this glimmer of hope, immediately set out on her quest. She went from house to house in the village, asking for a mustard seed from a home untouched by death. But at each door, she heard the same story. Every household had experienced loss, whether it was a parent, a child, a sibling, or a friend. No one was spared from the pain of losing a loved one. As Hana visited each home, she began to realize that her grief was not unique. Everyone around her had experienced the same sorrow and loss. Slowly, she started to understand that death was a part of life, and that her pain was shared by all. With this realization, Hana returned to the monk, empty-handed but enlightened. She told him, "I could not find a single household untouched by death. I understand now that suffering is a part of life, and that I am not alone in my grief." The monk nodded gently and said, "Acceptance is the first step toward healing. Your heart will find peace when you embrace the truth that all living beings are connected through the experience of loss and love." Hana, though still grieving, found a sense of calm in this understanding. She buried her son with love and began to heal, knowing that her pain was a part of the shared human experience. From that day forward, she devoted herself to helping others in the village who were suffering, offering them the same compassion and understanding that she had found. The story of Hana and the mustard seed teaches us that grief and loss are universal experiences. It reminds us that while pain is inevitable, we can find peace and healing through acceptance and by understanding that we are not alone in our suffering. By connecting with others and embracing the shared nature of human experience, we can find strength and resilience in the face of life's challenges.